Market crash and tariff liars. I was very angry this past week, and I use this sub reference a lot from Godfather 1. Michael Corleone basically addressing his brother-in-law, telling him, don't lie to me, okay? Don't insult my intelligence. It makes me very angry. We at Markowski Investments, we pride ourselves. We take great pride here on this podcast, my radio show, of being brutally honest and truthful. We don't bend. I will not change my thought process, even if it's going to benefit Markowski Investments in this show. I'm not allowed on certain programs anymore because I'm sorry, I won't toe the company line. I won't go on Fox and jump up and down and say China is the greatest evil in the entire planet. I don't play their BS games, their narrative games that everybody else does. Okay, I won't do that. Great line, another great line from the movie Wall Street. Okay, when he's talking to the father, is Martin Sheen's talking to Bud Fox about what he does for a living and how he's doing it. And he says, I don't go to bed with no whore and I don't wake up with no whore. Okay. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you live with yourself. I don't know how these people do it. This weekend was an absolute disaster. First and foremost, okay, we've got clients all over the country. We've got relationships with people and clients all over the globe. This tariff formula that was put out is an absolute joke. It's an absolute joke. Again, you had Peter Navarro defending it today on CNBC. Yeah, it was put together by the Council of Economic Advisors. Shut up, Peter. Shut up. They tried to make it look like they pulled it off like remember the chalkboard from Good Will Hunting? Remember the formula that they put up there? Oh, wow. It's got Greek letters in it. These people must be really, really smart. No, they're not. And their math was wrong. Math was wrong by over 75%. But no, that's okay because it's not about their formula. It's not about that. Again, how do you price in shrimp dumping from Vietnam into a formula? You can't. They can't. And this is the problem, okay? It's based upon this. So their entire premise, everything that they're basing things on is a lie. Let me ask you a question. How do you think things work out if the relationship between you and your significant other, if everything was based upon a lie? Think that's going to work out well? No. Me neither. I am going to go through the many, many lies of the Trump administration. And do me a favor, okay? Do me a favor. You want to start throwing out all sorts of butt monkey stuff in my email box, okay? Don't waste my time I'm just telling you, don't waste my time if you're not informed. If you don't know, well, this guy said this and this guy said this. Do your homework a little bit, okay? Take a look at this formula. How can you have policy based upon a fugazi, a lie? Anyway, Republicans. Again, this it's very few and far between people that actually have a spine within the Republican Party. Some of them are actually starting to stand up to this, and I'm happy. I really am. I'm happy, and I hope it continues. I hope they continue to push forward. Watching guys that have been around for watching Barasco on being interviewed this past weekend, and getting asked about this, maybe you should have gone ahead with cutting regulations and tax cuts ahead of trying to do something like this. And you're hearing this across the board. Again, from all of the trained monkeys on Fox News and the other conservative networks, so-called, they're not conservative, okay? They're MAGA. There's a big difference. MAGA is a cult. MAGA is a cult that says, I will believe anything that Donald Trump says. And everything that Donald Trump says and does is right and good. That's screwed up. Okay? You're one of those, okay? You're someone that would have drank the Kool-Aid from Jim Jones. The only difference is Donald Trump, if he was telling you to drink the Kool-Aid, he'd make you buy it. Yeah, he'd make you buy it like one of his Trump watches. Anyway, people voted for this. No, they didn't. Stop, you stupid pundits on Fox. Stop, you stupid Republicans saying people voted for this. If Donald Trump put this formula out and this plan on the campaign trail saying this is what we were going to do, he would have lost. Yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're going to just blow up the world economy, just wreck it and destroy the stock market. Vote for me. People voted for this. No, they didn't. He would have lost. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent this past weekend. I wanted to throw up in my mouth. Okay. Yeah. He was a hedge fund guy. Yeah. He worked with Soros. He buddies with Soros. Anyway, Bessent actually said that Americans looking to retire aren't concerned about day-to-day markets. What? People that are looking to retire and had just seen the market correct 20% in a blink of an eye, and their 401k or their IRA down 20%, they're not concerned about this. He actually said this. And again, Scott, thanks for insulting all of our collective intelligence. You're doing a great job, buddy. Oh, yeah, dismissed any concern about a potential recession. Are you out of your mind? You have businesses that are saying, we're shutting down. We're shutting down. And again, the moronic reaction by people out there when it comes to this. To give you an example, the story came out, Land Rover, Range Rover, Jaguar, they're going to stop shipping to the United States. And here's a typical response from a low intelligent MAGA person. Yeah, man, those cars suck anyway. Yeah, they're unreliable. Buy American. What if they are unreliable? Well, guess what? There are mechanics that repair these cars. My mechanic right around the corner from my house. Yeah, you know what? There's always a bunch of Jaguars there, but he fixes them. Who are you to decide what cars people want to buy? Well, you think the person that likes Jaguar or Range Rover all of a sudden is going to buy a Cadillac? No. Audi is actually keeping all of their cars at the port. They're not even shipping them to the dealers for the people that ordered those cars because they don't know what they're going to have to pay. They're waiting. So again, all of those Americans that have jobs at these Audi dealerships, maybe looking to get a commission on the car that they sold, people looking to have their car delivered, well, they're out of luck. And you're okay with that. Yeah, a lot of the so-called conservatives, but they're not conservative. They're not conservative. They're MAGA. Okay? They're MAGA, and I'm sorry, MAGA ain't bright. What else? Oh, here we go. This is another one from Scott Bessent this past weekend. Markets lost $6 trillion in value, he was asked, but he was like, and he was stumbling. He's like, But Americans can take great comfort that the markets work just fine. Yes. Oh, yeah. Everybody's down 20. You know what? At least the markets work fine. At least it was orderly when the Trump administration decided to tank the markets by 20%. Oh, yeah. Then you got Kevin Hassett out there. He's the guy with the big smile. Whenever he's on Fox and every show he's on, big smile. Everything is just awesome. Again, it's almost like he's possessed or something like that when he comes on there. And just look at he's the economist working for Trump, and Trump's he's got all these great people working for him. Kevin Hassett has never worked in the private sector in his entire life. Kevin Hassett wrote the book. I'll never forget this. Dow 3600. You know when he wrote this? 1999. You know what the premise of this book was that the market was undervalued. Way undervalued in 1999 at the height of the dot-com boom, and it was going to explode much, much higher immediately, like right away. How'd that work out? Again, he put it in a book. You couldn't have been more wrong in every single thing. It was juvenile, for crying out loud, in their calculations. That's okay. This guy's inside the Beltway. He's part of the big club. He's still in. Nothing happened to him. Who else? Oh, Lutnick. Do me a favor. Again, if you can't let this guy. Again, he's an he speaks, and I'm like, crap. Markets are going to go down. The sheer stupidity of the things that he says. And he's talking about bringing iPhone production back to the United States and putting in little screws. And so, well, we're going to bring it back here and we're going to have robots do it and Americans are going to fix the robot. It's one moronic thing after another. For me, you can't count the sheer volume of stupidities by Lutnick. Please don't let him go on TV anymore. And then Navarro. Here's another one. Here's another one that has never worked in a real business in his entire life. Ever. He's a guy in a driver's seat. A guy that's never worked in business and never worked in a real business his entire life. Again, pathetic. Trump's listening to this guy. Actually, he got into it with Elon Musk this past week, and I don't know how much longer Elon Musk is going to hang on. Elon Musk called him out, making fun of his PhD in economics from Harvard, saying it's not a good thing. Then Navarro is talking about how Elon he makes cars. He makes cars. He just makes cars. He wants it. That's all he does is he just makes cars. He employs tens of thousands of people all over the globe just from his company, but indirectly, do you know how many? You have no clue. You have no clue. You're calling him out? It could be me calling me crazy, but Donald Trump might be wanting to listen to people that have actually run a business. And again, that's the other thing, that all the trained monkeys on all of the conservative networks, so-called, because they're not conservative, they're MAGA. What they're saying, Trump's a billionaire and he made all this money. He hasn't done anything that, not even close to what Musk has done, nor the people that he had at his inauguration, all of those tech people, where he's, destroying their companies at this point in time. Stephen Miller. Hey, listen to this one. Okay. Why are American streets filled with cars from Europe and Japan, but their streets are empty of American cars, even as we provide defense and security for both? Listen, I see plenty. Be honest with you, I go to Europe, I see plenty of American cars see actually more Ford cars in Europe than I do on the streets here in the United States. But the reality is, Stephen, the cars are better. They're more fuel efficient. They tend to last longer. They cost less, and they have pretty good resale value. Why don't we compete, okay? Why don't we start putting out better product? I talked about that last week. Why don't we start putting out better product? This idea that all of a sudden, we're going to do this and put tariffs on, then all of a sudden people are not going to be buying BMWs, they're going to be buying Cadillacs. Not going to happen. That is not going to happen. Oh, we can go on. Oh, yeah, it was Trump this past week quoting Gordon Chang on China tariffs. Again, Gordon Chang has been writing anti-China crap for over 20 years now. He's a regular on Fox Business. He's their go-to guy all the time when it's time to go out there and bash China as much as possible in every way, shape, matter, or form. He has been wrong on everything for over 2 decades now, but that's okay. That's okay. You got a narrative to push on that network, and that's their narrative. And you got a lot of other people as well. People that I got respect for in other fields, chiming in on podcasts, talking about, reciprocal. This is not reciprocal. Those tariffs, that formula is not reciprocal by any stretch of the imagination. Lack of understanding between balance of trade, balance of payments, confusing tariffs and consumer taxes. Again, so much stupidity that's out there. It blows my mind. And let's just face facts. Okay, let's all be honest here. If Joe Biden did this, if Joe Biden put policies forward and tanked the markets like this, Republicans would be jumping up and down looking to impeach him. You know it, and I know it. Let me talk a little bit about something. Again, I'm not Mary Poppins. I'm brutally honest with you. There's not any difference. There's not any difference between the MAGA types and the blue hairs. People listen to the show for a long time, and they know. Listen. I voted for Trump twice. Didn't want him both times. Again, it was voting for less bad in that situation. People saying, you got Trump derangement syndrome. No, I don't. I got bullshit derangement syndrome. I detest bullshit. Okay, I detest it. And that's all we're getting right now is complete and utter bullshit. And it's embarrassing. It really is. It's embarrassing. And I'm sorry to say, okay, and again, I know people get pissed. MAGA versus the blue hairs. Get all these protests that are taking place. Do you understand? Do you understand the difference between the MAGAs and the crazy blue hairs out there posting? It's about that much. It's tiny. They're the same. Okay? They're just ignorant in different ways. They are ignorant in different ways. Watching MAGA types go on social media. This is great and bother me. I didn't lose any money this weekend. I don't own any stocks. And you're proud of that? You're proud of the fact that you don't save any money and you don't invest any money. Oh boy, you're one to look up to. You're what, maybe Trump, maybe Fox will bring you on. Maybe, look, this person didn't lose any money this weekend. They didn't invest, for crying out loud. And people going off. I'm happy that all these people are losing all of this money. You are you? Wait, you think jobs are going to be created this way? Are you kidding me? You understand how the markets work? Do you understand who consumes here in this country? Oh, yeah. Well, all of a sudden, you know what? I'm pulling back now. I'm not going to spend. I'm not going to go out to eat as much. I'm not going to buy as much. I'm not going to do this. Then what's going to happen? Then what is going to happen? Well, what? Well, you think the guy that flies private jets Well, you know what? This guy has to maintain that jet. Guy has to fly that jet. It's got to have a steward on the jet. There's a lot of different people that work based upon that. Do you see how stupid that is? Oh, I should say, or the person working, the salesperson at Gucci or Louis Vuitton, all of a sudden, you know what? People aren't spending anymore because guess what? Their portfolios are down. They're concerned about what's happening. What's going to happen to their paycheck when they're getting paid on commission? Again, there's little to no difference between MAGA ignorance and the blue-haired ignorance. Stop following people on social media. Get yourself in a know. You've got no excuse in today's day and age to be a moron. So don't be. WatchDog on WallStreet.com.